Let's learn FastAPI. FastAPI in Python with which you can create the APIs fast. So let's learn this and you can follow along with me. I just expect you know very basic of Python so that you can upgrade yourself. Ultimately, my channel is about just to learn something new. Whether you are 35s, 40s, 50s, what I'm saying, you can learn still. And that's the goal is about. So the fast API, you know, we can create the APIs. What we're going to do is first thing first, I'm just using VS Code editor. This is the folder which I created and you can create the file. Once you create the folder, you need to install two specific packages in Python. You just need to run this two command, pip install fast API, pip install uvcon. These two libraries you have to install, you have to go to the terminal. I am using Mac and wherever you are there, just install these two libraries and we are done. Now we will start the code. So from Fast API, we will import the Fast API class or module, and we will be simply creating application of Fast API. So ultimately, we would be running some application, and for that, we'll be calling the Fast API module. Let's give some title of the application. Let's see if you are creating this application just to keep upgrading yourself, and you want to add milestones, and you want to add those milestones via API. So let's create that fun project. So I would say welcome to career upgrade or comeback API. I'm just giving some funny name. So this is our app name. I'll save it. The moment I save, you say it just displays. Now why it's this, it may not be there for your case. I'll tell you why. For you, it would be like this. Now I'll come back to that. Let me stop it now because you should be all serving the same thing. So now you created the app. Now let's define the first API quickly in 3 seconds. I'm just maybe saying too much. So let's define app.get and what is the function that we want to call. So if someone comes in the URL with get with slash command, this is the function we want to call. Maybe let's say let's call this function as home and we would return welcome to career comeback. Or let's return object. It will look good. So this is my message. This is string and we close this. So this is message. So we created API. So whenever someone will come and someone in browser, someone will type this slash, we will return this. So this is what it does. This is basically decorator. You don't need to understand decorator, a lot of things. Sometimes when you want to learn, you should not get into too much into details. I'm just giving my quick tip. Just whatever you can see, just learn it and you should be able to connect it. So what we are going to do is, so now whatever in the API, whatever you are typing in the URL, if you're typing just slash with the get method, what what you want your API to return. So we want API to return this. So this is what we define functionality as a function, and this is how we map it by writing this line, by writing this decorator that this is a get method. When someone comes and slash, then run this function. This is how we map with the browser API call with the actual implementation, which is returning the message. So let's run. Let's run first API. How we will be running? We will be using uvcon as a command. Uvcon, enter your file, name of the file, whatever file name. I am using comeback, then constant word app, and we will be using rebuild. I think rebuild or reload. I don't know. Maybe let's see. Yeah. So reload, why we using? Because whenever you modify this file, we want this this uvcon to build application continuously. So that's what we are doing. So that's why we are using. So we do not need to run this uvcon command every time. So copy this. I'll go to, for example, here and I'll type it here. That was my earlier code. But you see now our API is developed, which means you basically make a get call, right? Because in the browser, whenever you type something, it's always get. You type slash, and this is how your get call happened. This is first call. This is second call. I'll make third call just to give you an idea. So you develop your first API fast with fast API. Now let's modify, let's tweak it, let's go one step further. Let's see that you want to upgrade, you want to learn something new. So you have some list of milestones. For example, you today you learn fast API. So that is your milestone. You want to add that via API. So first we define milestones as a list, and let's define the next API. Now since here you will be passing the milestone, which means you will be passing the data, which means you need to have the post endpoint. You need to have post method. Instead of get, this time we will say post. And what is the URL you want to give? We will say milestones. It will be clear once I show you. And what is the function? I would say add milestone. Okay, sorry, add milestone. And let's see, this is milestone. And whatever the milestone you are going to provide in the input in the post method, it will be data type of string. And we will return back string only as an output. We want to give some output as well that hey, whatever you type as a milestone, it's added to the list. So that's why I mentioned output as a string. And this is our list name. So what we will do is milestones dot append list method. And what is it that you type? Milestone. So we are appending whatever you are typing as a milestone in the API. We are adding to the list by calling append method. And we will return because we want to return something as acknowledgement. So we are returning string. Now how we are returning? Yeah, it's string. So I would say it's app string. I mean, hope you know app string so that I can add some dynamically. So I would say milestone. And what is that milestone? This is milestone. Edit. That's all. It will look good once you see that. Okay. I think let's see how it goes. I just save it and it build the application because we have typed the reload if you remember in the command. And let's run this guy. What we will do, yeah, this was the one. And let's go to the new one. Oh, now I forgot. In browser, you can always make GET requests. To make the POST request, which we want to do, what we will do, I'll go to the another terminal. Okay, I mean, I'll open up another terminal. I'll go to my folder. What I'm going to do is, now I will test it. So I have to test this one. To test the post one, you can use either postman if you know the postman. Otherwise, you can simply type the curl command. Curl is the command where you can invoke the API. Your APIs are running in your local machine. So we'll be calling. Curl command is very simple. You'll be typing curl as a command minus x. Then it's post method because it's post method. And what is the URL? Simple. 127.0.0.1 local, right? Your local host. And it's milestones. So let's copy this to here. And this will become as a query parameter. Hope you know query parameter. Query parameter is anything which comes after question mark, which is like filtering. So we are giving like milestone. And what you learn? For example, I learn Java. I'm just saying, for example, and let's see. Okay, it says could not connect to this. Okay, my bad. So, because our API, if you remember, it's running on port 8000. By default, if you do not give, it will consider as 80 and 80. It's not running. So it says milestone learn Java added. I want to give something good way. Let me add this as an object so that it looks a little bit nice. Message, and this is what we have. Okay, so I just added object, and let's make another. For example, you learn Python. You're learning, right, with me? Okay, it says internal server error. Now, what's that error? I don't know. Let me delete this. It's not required. Uh, Sorry, it's here. Uh, it says milestone learn Python added. Input should be valid string. I'm not adding string. I didn't get that. Let me see. Let me see. So I'll go back to here. Just a second. I copy, cut this, and yeah, milestones. This. I think looks good to me. Uh, Post request. It's same thing. Milestones. Milestone is equal to this. It has server error. Wow, amazing. So string type, input string. Ah, you know what? Maybe I'm giving output as a string, but actually I'm giving as an object. So that's the problem. Here I am typing as an object. I'm returning object. I'm not giving string. So maybe let me not complicate for now, or otherwise I need to find type of to give object. I don't know if there is any object type or not. I'm really not sure. I'm experimenting, but let's see. Oh yeah, so now because we are returning object, earlier it was string, so that way it was mismatching. We are saying that this function is returning object, and this is object. But earlier I had put string, that's why it was giving error. Hope you get it. Hope I'm not complicating. And let's add third. We are calling the API, right? You are calling the API. So let's see, you learn uh, fast API. Okay, cool. And now let's define a read function. So the read API, now you'll be defining third API to read the milestone. Get, and let's see when user types in get just milestones. What is the function you want to run? Let's see, read or get milestones. And there is no parameter. You just simply want to read out. You simply want to give all the milestones. You want to give simply list. So I will return milestones. Okay. And here what you are trying to give output. I'm trying to tell you something a better way to write code. So that's why I just try to give some schema as well. If you do not write this, it's fine, but it's better. It's good practice. Here we are returning list, right? So done. So get is also done. Now, since we modify the code, so whenever you modify the code in your editor, it's going to rerun. So now even if I type the get, it will not give me anything. So to get, what we have to do is, I'll tell you what I'm saying. You will get idea what I'm saying. So now HTTP 127.0.0.1 8000 milestones. That's our API. We want to make a get call to milestones. Milestones. Let's see what happens. It says empty. You might be saying, hey, but we added this. It's empty because of one reason. Whenever you modify code over here, it will rerun this code. When it rerun, it will again clear the list. So when you face this, you always have to first make a post call again whenever you modify the code in editor. Then only it will work. So I'll run some post call. For example, this one I added. Let's see second one, and let's see this was Java, right? Something. So I added three, and now let's do a get call. Okay. You see, now you got this nice list. This is what you have. So now you did basically develop three APIs. And this is how you can really spin up the APIs like this one. I just want to tell you one last thing. Let's see how it works before we end. So now for me, this does not look, there should be some space. So instead of Java, let's see, you learn Gen AI. Okay. Now it says something wrong. You got the error because if you do the get, you will not see this one. Why? Because ultimately this is a string, you see. So string, any URL is like URI. So any URL should not be having string. If you type any URL in a browser, it will convert the special characters. Here the space is special character. That's why it's rejecting. The curl command is rejecting. In curl, if you want to give URL, it should be special characters should be encoded. If you type in simple Google it out, if you just see that if you want to add something space in URL, you have to encode and you have to encode with %20. If I do this now, it added, and now if you do, you got it. So that was the one last point. So that's all for now. Hope you got something. Hope you upgrade something along with me. I want you to practice this. Just don't stay over here. The code is there in GitHub repo. I'll put it the link with this video description. I want you to create some to-do applications. Just try to something, play around, or if you want to use the same code, do that. And shoot out a comment if you're struggling with some specific topic, or if you want to learn some specific topic, shoot a comment so that I can create a video and we all can, I would not say upgrade, but we all can learn something new. We are always like a kid and we can always learn something. So hope you like it and hope this is something better than watching some season or series. That's what I want to say. So fast API, practice it fast, do it now. Thanks.